Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's Rich back with another short pod just to round up the Villa news, and we actually have some positive news for once, and we also have our injury update ready and press conference reaction ready for the game against Chelsea. So, first of all, as always, thank you so much for your support on the channel. It is really, really appreciated. We're now up to 425 subscribers on the channel. So thank you so much for that. Don't forget, please give the video a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment below on anything that that I bring up on today. Your thoughts on Sunday's match against Chelsea. Your thoughts on Luiz signing his new contract. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, yesterday was some news on the badge designs, and yeah, it looks like there's two that are kind of the favorite. One being a round badge, back to the traditional sort of look of the 1982 badge, and one or two other designs back in the day. So I think that's generally the most popular. One is also relating back to the sort of gas lamp, the tradition, back to the traditional gas lamp design that was sort of back to the William McGregor days, and how the league was formed under that gas lamp. So one of the prototypes, it kind of looks a little bit like this, although this isn't the final design. I think there's a claret, there's a light blue outer rim, and I think the star and the line are both claret, and the 1874, I believe, is underneath, and the football club isn't inside the circle. But yeah, that's kind of similar to what the round design is similar to kind of that badge. But yeah, I believe there's going to be consultation with fans. Season ticket holders will get a chance to vote in a poll, and also get the chance to keep it as what it is. So that'll be interesting to see. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you think the badge should be like. Me personally, I'm not too bothered about badge designs and badges on front of shirts. I'm just more interested in what goes on the pitch personally. But I know it means a lot to a lot of Villa fans. So yeah, let us know what you think. And yeah, I think next up, some positive news. Obviously, we all thought that Douglas Luiz will be leaving in the transfer window in the summer, with Arsenal rumoured, and 25 million bid. Turned down, and he didn't move on in the end, and we all thought maybe he'd go for a cut price in January. But as it happens, Mr. Luiz has signed a new long-term deal. Details on it haven't fully been announced or fully disclosed, but rumours are it's a 4-year deal. Not sure whether there's a release clause in there, but I would imagine that there'll be some sort of release clause put into the deal. But it's all very, very positive, and a player that has sort of risen up in terms of importance at Villa Park, certainly over the last few months. And hopefully when Kamara comes back in, he can play in that more advanced role, move the ball at that little bit quicker for me. But yeah, certainly worth having back on a long-term deal, and a player that we can certainly get money for if he does end up moving on, because too many times with Villa we've let players go for free, or we've not got the value of them, and then they've ended up going to other clubs and really flourishing. So yeah, positive news for once, and slightly unexpected, to be honest. I didn't think he would sign that long-term deal, but pay rise, longer term deal, promises of first team football, release clause in there. I'm sure that kind of twisted his arm, and also being settled in Birmingham with his girlfriend Alicia Lehman, who's doing so well with the women's team, obviously played a part as well. So yeah, all good news for Luiz. And again, let us know in the comments with what you think, with the news of him signing a long-term deal, what that means for him, what that means for Villa, and whether you're happy with it. So on to the press conference, and in terms of Steven Gerrard, we do know he is under quite considerable pressure. He is the bookie's favourite to be sacked at the moment. I think he's evens with some, and even 4 to 5 odds with a number of bookies. So yeah, the pressure is well and truly on, and coming up against Chelsea on Sunday is not an easy game. We have mentioned on other pods, if you check out our last episode, we did mention about us maybe playing better against the bigger sides because they give us that little bit more space, and we really struggle to break down teams that play that low block. So, maybe it will be a more open game for us. Steven Gerrard has talked about us going 4 unbeaten, which doesn't look great on paper at all. And we should have probably won at least one of the last two, and we would have been in a better position. But I know has talked about the solidity in defence. And looking at hope, things clicking up front. I'm a little bit concerned of him saying the word hoping things click up front, because it's more like you've got to make it happen, or his coaching team have to make it happen as well. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, and I am certainly concerned about if we don't get off to a good start, or if we don't sort of get the crowd up for it on Sunday, then they're certainly going to be under a lot of pressure and potentially turning. But yeah, I think slightly more humble in terms of his approach. Obviously, he normally bullish as well in terms of what he wants to do, but ultimately the actions come on the pitch. And I am aware that it is very, very fine margins, but we've got to make them happen. We've got to force them to happen, and certainly not play pedestrian football. We've got to be really decisive in what we do. So hopefully coming through with a good result on Sunday. In terms of injuries, not too much to report other than Leon Bailey is back fit. So that might be an option for us for Sunday. Matty Cash didn't train on Thursday. They're just managing his workload, but he should be fine for Sunday. He didn't play too badly against Nottingham Forest. I'd like to see better delivery, but yeah, didn't play too badly. Luca Dean is hopeful to return at the end of the month, so he's not going to be available for Sunday's game. One other interesting piece of information is Cameron Archer, who has an ongoing groin problem, and they're looking to get him into surgery, but he is not going to go in for that at the moment, so he is available on Sunday as well, and we might even see a little bit more of him on Sunday. So yeah, fingers crossed for him, because he did have a little bit of a good cameo on Sunday, on Monday's game against Forest, when he came on and certainly brought us some speed. But yeah, that's it for the update. Hope you enjoyed that. As I say, please give us a like on this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are, like I say, at 425 subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic. We'd like to get to that 500 mark, and we will be doing a competition and giveaway once we hit that mark. So please look out for that, and please spread the word, and hopefully get us up to that 500 mark. But as I say, thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, remember, we all follow the Villa. Thank you.